Inuka Ranaweera bowls the ball at 74.3 kilometers per hour. It drips in and then turns away from the right-hander. It beats the outside edge, and the veteran left-arm finger spinner gets Alice Capsey out stumped for naught in the 35th over of the innings. It's a classic delivery. It is Ranaweera's third wicket and second of the over. It might just be Sri Lanka's moment. England are reeling at 168 for 6. Captain Nat Sciver-Brunt is there on 63. And the responsibility lies on her shoulders, as it almost always does. After Charlie Dean's wicket ends a small recovery, Sciver-Brunt smashes 36 runs off fewer than 18 deliveries. Her hyperdrive is working. She finishes with 117. England get 253. The entire thing screams, "Fine, I'll do it myself," which might as well be what she has on her Instagram profile. Nat Sciver-Brunt cut, pulled, drove, and used her feet. She is at once a power player who understands elite batting tempo. Teams put fielders out on the leg side, and she takes all the runs on offer. But she also smashes the ball straight and square on the offside. She started slow and used the crease against spin. She geared back during the collapse, but then, as often happens, once she drops the hammer, others are just left in her wake. And this isn't just about power. Her batting talent is so high that you can't keep her on strike. 52 singles, 7 twos, and a 3. And her non-boundary strike rate was 65. Meaning she scored faster than the Sri Lankan batters, even excluding the boundary. Often it feels like Sciver-Brunt is doing everything for England, because she does. Cricket boards actually make watching their games almost impossible now. I spend almost as much time trying to find where I can view it as I do actually following the action. That is why I use NordVPN. They let me find all the cricket I want to watch while protecting me from the nasty side of the internet. Nord will free your cricket matches. Grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/good areas to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan plus 4 additional months on top. It's completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Watch every match with NordVPN. Nat Sciver-Brunt made her ODI debut in July of 2013. Right from the early days, she was an incredible outlier with the bat. Until the end of 2016, her strike rate was huge. She was the only player above run a ball and averaging more than 40. Back then, she was also one of the best 6-hitters in the women's game. She came in as a power player so much that the Nat-Meg shot through her legs was a way of stopping those big hits. But since 2017, she's become something completely different. We have true values for women's cricket since the start of 2017. Apart from 6-hitting, she's A+ on everything versus both seam and spin. But she prefers the slow bowlers, rotating strike better and also hitting more fours. Another way to illustrate this is non-boundary strike rates. Only Danny Wyatt-Hodge is ahead of her. But she isn't even close to Sciver-Brunt's consistency with the bat. So what you have is Sciver-Brunt is among the 10 quickest batters in the world at this time, with the 7th best true average. For a long time now, she's just been one of the elites. And almost every year she is a plus, but on occasion, she's gone massive. 2023, she only played 5 innings, and in those she smashed 300s, 2 of which were against Australia. And she's never made more ODI tons in a calendar year. It's been more normal since 2024, but that is normal by Nat Sciver-Brunt standards. A true average of around 17 combined with a true strike rate of nearly 10 is a huge output. So we can divide her modern ODI career into 2 parts, 2017 till 2021, and then from 2022 onwards. That first period, she doesn't really stand out that much. She's good, but so are others. Since then, no one has a better true average than Nat Sciver-Brunt, not even the anchors. She is an extreme machine of her own making. The big difference is that she's a much better player of spin now, and she was already pretty good. Now she's upped her runs and striking against it. And you compare that to against quicks, where she makes more runs, but with a trade-off of being slower. But she is so much better against spin, it doesn't matter. She's also become a legend at chases. There's obviously the 2022 World Cup final knock, where she just kept going on and on, with barely any help. But her first innings are not as good. And that also tracks with her slower starts now. Before she was more biffer-coded, now she works her way into knocks. And she's such a good bat now that she can handle go in early. And this actually shows how much better she is at every single part of the innings. Nat Sciver-Brunt owns the number 4 spot. Again, England used to deploy her later, and now that would just make no sense. She's the world's best in that position. She was good before, she's great now. And we haven't talked about her bowling yet. Sciver-Brunt is really a middle over seamer, with the ability to back up your frontliners at the top or tail when needed. Against other middle overs bowlers, she struggles to take wickets, but she is the most economical in this period. Not even Sophie Ecclestone is as tough to score off. As a seamer, she really sticks out. Sciver-Brunt is 1.56 runs and over better than expected. No one can score off it. What's bizarre is when she first burst onto the scene, she was a strike bowler. She's completely reversed what she does. That shows how smart she is as a cricketer. And England use her more now because she's so reliable. Before, she was more of a seventh option. Now it's a problem for England's flexibility when she isn't available because of an Achilles tendon injury. Since 2013, Sciver-Brunt ranks 12th in terms of average balls faced and bowled. It's around 75. So she isn't high usage, but you get a handy 6 bowling option that you don't always need to use. It means she's not transformative when it comes to team construction, but England do have some cover. Nat Sciver-Brunt is a World Cup player. Not with the ball, where she is a fine backup option, but with the bat. She has 10 ODI hundreds, 5 of them in World Cups. In the last 3 editions, she has the best batting average of anyone not born in Australia. All things considered, there is absolutely no doubt that Sciver-Brunt has been one of the best players in the world when the lights are bright. And the fact that the best number 4 in the world can also bowl is an absolute luxury. In 2017, she had a very solid average at an excellent scoring rate. Her first World Cup ton was against Pakistan at Leicester. She walked into bat in the 10th over with the score 42 for 2, and England in a little bit more trouble than they should have been. And she just brutalized the Pakistani bowlers. It's the sort of knock where the fielding team looked terrified to continue the game. She scored at a strike rate of almost 150 with only 4 sixes. Her next ton was when New Zealand had them 52 for 3. There is a pattern there, right? She often bails out England. In the final, she top scored after England was 63 for 3. England won that. And when Sciver-Brunt makes runs, they often do. She's even better in 2022. Most people would be happy with a World Cup where they make 200s. She made hers against the world's best team. It's hard to dispel the story that she's a lone warrior when she makes 148 in the final and no other English player passes 30. There are times when it does feel like it's Sciver-Brunt versus the world. 16-0. That was the margin of defeat for England in the Ashes in the last Aussie summer. The point system making the men's 5-0 seem quaint. John Lewis was sacked in March, and Heather Knight resigned a day later. So we are now in the times of Charlotte Edwards and Nat Sciver-Brunt. They swept the West Indies at home in both ODIs and T20s, but struggled a lot more against India. England started well in terms of wins this World Cup, but watching the games, it is not quite felt as smooth. In 2017, Sciver-Brunt almost ended Pakistan as a bowling attack. This tournament, her team was saved by the rain. Nat Sciver-Brunt is already a World Cup winner, but claiming one as a captain is a whole different level. But she cannot do that alone. She transferred her game with bat and ball. Now, she needs to do that with her team.